Welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. We're going to explore something new and different in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This will be a first. We're going to do a virtual tour of the Wright Brothers Memorial. So we're outside the airplane. And before I started the video, I walked up to the memorial. So we're going to have a walk around. I've explored this set of new features here in the sim. This is my first try at this, and I'm actually quite impressed. What a wonderful way to see the world here. And perhaps that's what Microsoft intended to begin with. All right, we're going to jump over into the sim. And as I promised, we're on the ground. We're here at the Wright Memorial. And let's have a walk. Oh, the ground scrunching under your feet is just totally charming, isn't it? All right, here we are. We are at the top of Kill Devil Hill. This is on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. This is the Wright Brothers Visitor Center down in the distance. And we'll walk down there as well. So we're gonna take a few minutes and just kind of wander around here in the sim. But the level of detail on the memorial is just amazing. I can walk down here without breaking my neck. So why is this hilltop historically significant? Well, thanks for asking. This is actually the location where Orville and Wilbur conducted their glider experiments and testing. And as you can see, the terrain is perfect. And perfectly amazing and rendered. I'm really kind of gobsmacked here. All right, at any rate, let's walk down the hill. And while we're walking, talk a little bit about the memorial. So this was authorized by Congress on March the 2nd in 1927. And it was designated a national memorial on December the 4th, 1953. So it's registered on the National Park Service Registry of Historic Places. And it is a great place to visit while you're at the Outer Banks. If you love airplanes, this should be on your bucket list. All right, at any rate, we're going to make our way down the hill here. Oh, by the way, you can speed up and run. So I've got my Xbox controller configured to be able to do this, but there are also directional keys or keys to be used for directional control as you're walking about. So where we're headed right now are the flight markers. So we'll walk down this path to get there, and we'll speed up a little bit. This guy's young and healthy, so he can go for a jog here. So there is a reconstructed replica of the workshop and the living quarters for the Wrights, and that's located just outside the visitor center in the museum. That's off to the right. That was built in 1960 and has recently been remodeled, from what I understand. My wife and I visited here probably about 30 years ago. So it's been a minute. At any rate, we're almost done with our jog here. So there is a replica inside the museum that was constructed to replicate one of the gliders, and it's my understanding that one of the brothers supervised the construction of that activity. So that's really cool. There's also a replica of one of the Wright flyers inside the museum. But these stone markers that we're coming up on mark the original flight locations and links, which is quite amazing. Yeah, we're almost there. I'm interested to see if they've put the plaques and such on the stones. Looks like this is a sign. I'm gonna walk over here and check this out. And there's my ball cap in my head shadow. So there you go. Yeah, they did. That's really cool. All right, here's your catapult rail, marking the location of that. And there you go. Plaque on this marker stone commemorating the event. Orville got to go first. And then the series of white stones, as you see here in this field, mark the links of the controlled flight activities. Flight number 1 really wasn't very long, but it was a gigantic leap forward. 12 seconds, 120 feet. And we'll just go ahead and walk down here too. Curious. Second flight, 12 seconds. Wilbur. Third flight, 15 seconds. Orville. Oh, looks like we've got a critter wandering across. Oh, it's like a beaver. That's kind of funny. There you go. Lots of things to see in the world here in Flight Sim 2024. If you haven't played around with the Wright Flyer in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or 2024, it's quite an experience. You need to give it a shot. Probably wouldn't recommend it for a group flight. Yeah, I'll pick up the pace here. Get that heart rate up. All right, so I started this process by starting the simulator up and having the aircraft at a parking spot. And if you're in a cold and dark state, it does put you outside the airplane. Here we go, 59 seconds on December the 17th with Wilbur at the helm. All right, we can make our way over to the museum too to see how much of that they've crafted. I'm sure we probably can't go into the building. All right, we'll go back for another jog. I'd really be interested to hear what you think of this experience in the comments below. I think this is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see how this is going to evolve. Oh my goodness. I've got another marker here with Orville and Wilbur's likeness. And this is very, very well modeled. So this is what this looks like in the real world. So, and what would a tourist attraction be without a car park? Well, let's go over here to the workshop and the living quarters. See what they've cooked up over here for us. They ought to model getting out of breath too. That would be kind of cool too. All right, here we go. What do we got? Anything to see here? Yeah, I think we've got a photographic rendition of the inside of the living quarters. This is the workshop. And there's a son giving some details about Kill Devil Hill. Okay, so we've talked about the field and the hangar. The visitor center we just walked by. Again, I mentioned the 1902 glider being present there. There is I believe there's a video program that's also available to visitors of the site. So about the monument at the top of the hill, that is 60 feet tall, and it's quite impressive. "60 feet tall, and it's made of granite." All right, so I'm going to use Shift C and sneak back over to the airplane. All right, so this is part 1 of a part 2 series of videos. Next up, we're going to have a fly in one of my favorites. It's now available over in 2024. It just appeared in my hangar. We're gonna have a fly in the Beech 17. So next video we'll get that started up, and we'll have a fly down to Cape Hatteras National Seashore, and we'll take a look at the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, and then we'll land at Billy Mitchell Field, which is operated by the North Carolina Park Service. Kind of interesting. Any rate, so again, this is back to walk around functionality for the 2024 aircraft. You've got checklist kinds of things you can take care of, but we can walk over here. This is the pilot hut, and it's interesting. It is very cold in North Carolina this week. That looks like some icy patches. But hopefully this gives you an idea of, what I'm going to call virtual tourism looks like here in the sim. This is amazing. So if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you along as part of our channel. There we have it. A virtual tour of the Wright Brothers Memorial here at KFFA First Flight and the Wright Museum. All right, until next time, hope everybody is keeping well. Cheers, y'all.